Wake up!
Get up
You get out of bed this instant.
and turn it on. Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman. The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today, it's a Thursday. Happy at Work Thursday. Here's the CEO and founder at Career Agility International, Mr. Adrian Choo. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Glenn. And yes, happy at work. I'm very happy at work today. So,
good.
Because I'm going on my vacation next week.
Oh,
Where
that's
are
nice.
you
Something
off
to look forward
to?
to.
This time off to Japan.
Nice.
Just for a nice road trip. And I'm just hoping to eat, and grow fat.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Nice
I've
holiday.
never heard anyone say that except FT, but okay.
But she's right.
Okay, Adrian. So today we're gonna, just touch on something that we came across in our business times. Okay, emotions that might lead you to make bad investment decisions over good ones.
True. It's a good article. And I think if you're too emotional, sometimes with regards to your career as well, you might end up making bad decisions and live to regret it.
So using your heart instead of your head?
Yes. And there are so many ways things can go wrong if you are just being emotional rather than rational. So today we're going to talk about how and when not to follow your heart and listen to your head.
But then no guts, no glory, right?
Yeah.
So when I first read this article, I'm like, okay, I think I know the objective of this article, and that is to get people to be a little bit more cautious, which I think is a good thing as well. But we all know that the winners are the ones who take
Go with
risks.
their gut, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? So how do we strike that balance, Adrian?
And I think it's you have to be a bit of both, because I do know some people who are very emotional, and therefore you just piss them off a little bit. They just go over the edge and they make an extreme decision that they might regret. And some of these career decisions that you have to make have very severe repercussions if you make them wrongly. So today we're going to talk about the 5 things that we have to be very rational about when it comes to making career decisions, and how not to be emotional about it.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. Here's Rehab and Sophie and the Giants. All night on Kiss 92.
It's interesting how we've taken a topic that deals with investment and we're dealing with careers. I wonder how many people realize that your career is an investment.
That's very true. And if you sit at it and you think your career is actually your biggest asset that you have.
It is.
Yeah.
It
Because you
is.
think about it, what's an asset? An asset is something of value that you have, current value and future value as well. And the asset brings you dividends.
Can bring you money, yeah.
Brings
Yeah.
you
for
money
sure.
every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you look at your career as your asset, and you can actually value how much your career as an asset is, no?
How?
You find out how much money you're making in a year.
Okay.
Say if you're making 100,000 in a year, and imagine you have 20 years left in your career. Assuming a straight line graph, that's like 2 million ish. Your
Yeah.
career is if you have 30 years left. If you're in your 30s now and you want to work to your 60, you're looking at $3 million plus, excluding interest and whatever it is.
Yeah.
But that's your sales, not your profit.
Yeah,
You know what I
correct,
mean? You make
correct.
that money doesn't mean you're going to end up with that money, because
Yeah.
you're still going to use that money for
Yeah,
living,
correct,
right?
Correct. But as an asset, that's why it's the same as if I've got a property, whether I'm living in it or whether I'm renting it out, right?
Yeah.
Because you gotta live. So, but at the end of the day, it's actually a lot of money, and that's why we have to look at our career as an asset.
So that's how people
Take-
like calculate like net worth, is it? Like sometimes when you think of like celebrities or whatever, and someone asks like, okay, how much do you think this person is worth?
Yeah, how is that calculated?
I think that's calculated more on a current value rather than future value. Yeah.
It's what they own. It's what they bring in. It's what their investments are. It's their property. It's all this kind of thing.
Yeah, because you can't go to a bank and say my worth is 3 million based on my future work.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I mean? No
yeah.
one's going to lend you that money,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
they can't guarantee you'll
No,
still be there.
but if you approach your career as an asset and using this model, you would be thinking, how do I then enhance my asset?
Good morning. It's Thursday, November 7th.
How do I?
I didn't mean to do that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hey,
FD.
FD, you're a ventriloquist.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
I didn't know you had that skill.
Probably just decided to
I'm
remind
sorry.
everybody
Just in case.
what the date is.
Someone
today.
was wondering. I
58
thought-
days to Christmas. That's
yeah,
what it is.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, if we approach our career as an asset, the first thing you got to think about is how do we enhance the asset? And that's why we go for training, skills training, networking, stuff like that. And when you're making investment decisions into your career, if you want to jump into a better job, pays more, that's also an asset enhancement decision. And if you're emotional about it, sometimes it's tough. So one of the first things we need to be careful of if you're emotional, never to do is to rage quit. Rage quit means I can't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
So
done.
many people do that, right?
Yes.
We've seen that happen.
Yeah, many times.
That's quite dumb.
Yeah.
Not being mindful enough.
So sometimes they're being pushed to the edge. And
They've had enough.
had enough.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're not. I know this individual who has got a temper, and he'll quit because he feels that I just don't want to do this anymore, and I'll quit. And he could never hang on to a job for a very long time until he managed to resolve his anger issues and realized that it's life.
And I think people like that also have to realize that there's only one loser, and it's them.
If they rage quit with no
Ye-
reason, no proper reason,
Which is
Yeah.
usually,
which
yeah.
is usually the case.
But
Yeah.
there is some justification for people who rage quit after experiencing excessive stress over and over again.
Yes.
Yeah, or
Either
something traumatic
by-
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
So there are times where it is justified
Yeah, it is. It is.
to rage quit.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if you have been thinking about it for a long time and measuring and taking steps, I think it's okay. But to be pushed to a point where you didn't go to the office wanting to quit, and something happened, and you just get so pissed off and you quit on the spot, and then you may not have a job in hand, you may not have your backup plan
Yeah,
financially,
yeah.
you're not there, and you rage quit.
Yeah.
Then that's and you don't. And I'm not even saying that it's not a good reason or not.
Yeah.
So that's tricky.
So I think think of yourself first.
Yeah, for
always.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, traffic update.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the CTE towards the AYE after the Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5 exit, a vehicle has broken down. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is the CEO and founder at Career Agility International, Adrian Choo. And if you would like to get in touch with Adrian, you can do so by sending him an email, info@careeragility.org.
His people will get back to you.
True. So we were talking about rage quitting. You believe it that in certain instances it's okay, but majority of the time don't do it. Is that what
I mean,
we're
if your boss is asking you to go and feed the alligators bare hand or something really dangerous, then you want to
Yeah.
rage quit on the spot. That's fine. But a lot of times, sometimes you're just feeling angry or emotional, and that's where you make the worst decisions. So what we recommend is if you're really feeling very frustrated with the job and you don't have a backup plan on hand, our suggestion is if you are not being in physical danger or emotional abuse to the point where you can't sleep, I mean, in those situations, you can quit. Even rage quit if you want to, okay, because it's your safety involved at stake. But if you're feeling stressed out by the job, instead of rage quitting, make a backup plan, have an exit strategy, and then just hang on as long as you can until the next job comes up. So I had this client. She's making about 8,000 a month, and she really wanted to quit, but she had no job in hand and she needed money. But she felt very frustrated that I wanted to quit. I want to quit. Every day she goes, I want to quit, and she was miserable. So we told her, look, you're making 8K a month, which means basically for every day that you stay, you're making about close to, okay, I'm bad at maths this morning, but about $500, $400 a day. So if you stay for a week, you basically have 2K in your bank. So if you can hold on a while longer and just stay, even if you just stay 1 week longer, you have extra 2K in the bank and you got extra 1 week of job search activity going on. That increases your chance of landing a job. So instead of rage quitting on the spot, take a more rational view. Look at what are my options now? What can I do? How can I mitigate my situation? And I think if you approach it from a rational decision, chances are you'll make a better decision.
Yeah.
But shouldn't people like approach other people before they quit? Someone like HR, a higher management individual, if it's not coming from higher management, at least the stress.
That's true. And there are other options available. And until you have exhausted every option, you could even get a transfer internally rather than quit your job and get out something outside. I mean, there are other options which sometimes when you're too emotional about it, we don't see it.
Yeah.
And we have seen situations where things have gone really pear-shaped because you just get emotional. And the way they quit, rage quitting is one thing. The way they quit, you go up to the boss, they tell the boss off.
So you burn your bridges as well.
Yeah.
This is
that's
exactly
the
what
worst thing to do.
exactly what Mal said on our Facebook page. She said, I recently had a discussion with a colleague on how in Singapore it's even more important not to burn bridges
Yeah, well,
because our connections are so closely intertwined in Singapore because we're so small.
And if you're in the same industry, everyone knows everyone.
It's a
Yeah.
few degrees of separation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So never burn your bridges. So rage quitting on one hand it involves making a rash decision to quit on the spot. But oftentimes when you rage quit, there are actions involved which may involve your boss. Words may be exchanged. Drama may ensue.
Well, remember that the toes you step on today may be connected to the knees that hold up the thighs, that hold up the ass that you may have to kiss tomorrow.
It's
So.
very true.
So emotions might lead you to make bad investment / life decisions
Yes.
over good ones.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what basically we're talking about here today. And the reason why we're talking about early on when we're saying rage quitting and all that is because we discussed this earlier on, and FD brought up the fact that our jobs are
Investment.
our investments.
It is our investment.
Anyway, this is an article by Alyssa Wu from the Business Times. Okay, and it's dated, let's see now, November. Oh, wait, hold on.
We're in
November
November.
5th, actually.
Oh, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
So it's a
interesting
recent article.
So
yeah.
we thought, hey, let's discuss this together with Adrian.
True enough.
Right? Okay, let's continue this conversation on the Big Show TV. It's 8:17.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Putian.
And I also want to add to what we said about your career being your investment. You are your investment as well. Your brand is your investment.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I invest in myself. I get, I make sure that my hair looks good. I invest in my makeup, my clothes, gym, whatever it may be. But you're investing in yourself to give yourself the best shot to be able to work in
Yes.
the best manner.
And you know what else is related to that in terms of your investment, which we should spend a lot of time on? Your reputation in the market. Yeah, because the moment if you build your reputation, it helps the brand tremendously. But if you damage your reputation by doing something that's not quite right, or something else that's so it's a whole equation which we talk about at Career Agility about creating your own value, your whole unique proposition, your value. It's not just about the brand. It's about your skills, your capability, your relationships with people, your networks, as well as your reputation. So there's a whole basket of currencies we need to look at.
And I want to say that because it's the year end, holidays are an investment as well. Because it takes care of your mental well-being. You need to get away from the stresses of work or family or whatever it may be. And taking a holiday does that for most people.
I agree.
Just getting away and being there, and then you come back refreshed.
And even having something to look forward to at the end of the year.
Like you're going on a holiday, that's an investment in yourself.
Yeah, so it's a it's a bit of a stress reliever, but a bit of my coping mechanism. So. And it's not just investment in myself, but investment in the family as well, relationships and everything. So I think it's good.
Time investment as well.
Yeah. So it's nice. And one thing I found interesting is I didn't like to travel much when I was younger. But as I get older, there's so many things to see in the world.
Oh my gosh, the world is incredible.
You begin to realize how big the world is.
Yeah.
And especially when you look at how easy it is to travel now.
Yeah.
How easy it is to just hop on a plane. The prices are not that crazy expensive. Because I remember I know I'm going to sound very old when I say this. When I was a kid, very young, little kid, to fly to London in the 70s.
Of course.
It was like about $7,000 Singapore dollars at the
Yeah,
time
it was ridiculous.
when your Singapore dollar was like 4, 5,
Yeah.
1/5 of the pound.
There
or
weren't
something.
any planes in the sky. I mean, if you track a flight now, right?
Yeah.
It is, if you go to Flight Radar 24, I think it's Flight Radar 24. If you look at the map of the sky, it's
I know.
it's
Swarming.
worse. It's worse than the ships our oil tankers that you see when you land in
You
Singapore.
don't feel like you want to fly. Actually,
No,
when,
it's
when
like-
you look at that.
How is it possible that all these planes are in the sky at the same
Now
time?
this is what I call air traffic.
Yeah,
Air traffic jam.
it's crazy, right?
In fact, if you think about it, if you're lucky, you get a promotional ticket to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Okay? You can get a ticket to Melbourne for about $800 ish. It's a 8-hour flight. There and back. If you divide it, it's less than $10 an hour, no? $20 an hour.
If you work it out that
If you
way,
work it
yeah,
out, it's
yeah.
so cheaper than taking a taxi if you think
That
about
is
it.
true, yeah.
So it's come to a point where it's just amazing. That's why I just pick up and go. Just
I
travel.
like that. The next time I'm going to book a ticket, I think it's expensive. I'm going to break it down by hours.
By hours.
And tell my husband, but it's only $50 an hour to get there.
That's
I like
absolutely
that.
brilliant.
I want to fly to Washington for the inauguration ceremony.
We should send you. It's in
That'd
January,
be
isn't
really
it?
good. Glenn at the inauguration ceremony.
We should send you, and then you live stream from there.
That'd be so cool.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But it's going to be so crowded, so no.
Of course,
And you know what?
yeah.
Trump's going to say there were 2 million people there. So
Yeah, yeah.
This time there will be
I
2
think there
million
will
people
be. I
there.
think
Yeah.
it was an unprecedented win
Yeah,
for
it was
sure.
crazy.
It was not like
It was
nothing's been seen
amazing. It was
before.
amazing.
Yeah.
So the other thing about the flip side to being emotional when you quit is to be emotional when you are accepting a job offer. Sometimes, especially if you're being courted by the headhunter, tremendously courted, and the headhunter will tell you flattering things. Oh no, you're the best candidate that we've ever seen. Our client loves you so much. I think there's a perfect fit for you here. And the only reason why the headhunter is flattering you is because he wants you to come on board. In fact, they will tell you things like, oh, they like you so much, they're expediting the offer. It's going to be here tomorrow morning. Can you sign it?
But what's wrong with a headhunter wanting you to come on board?
Yeah.
If they're selling you too hard, sometimes something's wrong. And I've had situations where individuals were flattered to the point where they signed the offer letter and they realize, oh my god, when they join the company, they go, oh my god, now I know why they wanted someone on board so fast, because it's an absolute mess.
But what's in it for the headhunter? They get commission. Do
Oh, they get commissions. They
Right.
get commissions when
for
you
getting
land.
the hires.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. And sometimes when a position is very difficult to fill,
They'll just put anyone there.
they put anyone there, any one body there, just to get the commissions or just to fix it up. And that's why you have to, before you sign on the dotted line, you have to be a bit rational. Ask yourself, number one, is this what I really want? Does this job help me in my career strategy? Will this job enhance my career as an asset?
If it's too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah. And I know Yen's favorite line is that if the grass is really greener on the other side, it's because there's a lot of fertilizer and
Yeah.
stuff over there.
Someone's still got to water it.
Yeah. So no, there's a lot of bull crap over there.
BS, right,
BS
that's
over
what you
there.
mean, right?
okay.
Manure.
I'm trying not to get yourself cancelled.
I don't know, no. I just feel like, after reading this article, I'm like, I don't like it.
You don't like what?
Why?
As in, like it's getting people to be too cautious. Kind of reminds me of my mom.
Yeah. No, sometimes
Yeah,
you got to take
growing
a
up,
risk,
like,
though.
Mom, I want to be a businessman.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, don't be a businessman. Your father has struggled as a businessman for all these years. I'm thinking, like, I'm not my father.
This is true.
But
Yeah.
once you cut me off like that, right? Then that's one dream.
Yeah.
That's gone.
One bubble that's burst, yeah.
But I mean, she can do it because she's my mom.
But
Yeah.
she
Don't say
also
it,
she also looks at it as where do you stand financially? Can you afford to take that risk and fail?
I don't think that's what she looks at it as.
but-
I think she looks at it as, I don't want you to fail because I've seen someone fail.
Correct.
You
Could
know what
be.
I mean? It's not
Could be.
about how much money
Because
he's got in the
because the
bank.
family is going through
Yeah.
a hard time.
Whatever,
Your
yeah.
father
Yeah.
has his ambitions and all that, but he doesn't seem to be very successful as a businessman.
If he
but
has
then if you
no-
look out there, there's so many other businessmen who are successful.
Yeah, of course.
Right, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's a whole lot of factors, right? And luck plays
Yes,
a
it does.
part. Timing,
Yeah.
is also right.
You know, like your dad's business was a fantastic idea, but just ahead of its
The
time.
timing
Exactly.
was
The
The coffee
off.
business.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just feels a groundbreaking idea,
Yeah,
right?
3-in-1 coffee.
Yeah.
By the way.
And what are
in
y'all drinking today?
1973.
Crazy.
In
Crazy.
a day and age where people had to go to the kopitiam to
Yeah.
get.
He probably missed it
Yeah.
by like 6 months or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
things like that usually.
But I still
out
remember, like when the business failed, and we realized how much money we had lost. Man, I think my mom was really broken at that point. It was about $1 million Singapore dollars.
And in those
In
days,
Those days,
1973.
maybe like 10 million. Yeah,
Whoa.
probably like 10,
Whoa.
20 million now.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
Well-
would be about that.
Anyway,
But it's interesting, because when I first started to think about going into business, someone gave me some very interesting advice. They said, go find a financial consultant and take a risk assessment test. So where does your risk appetite end? So you understand who you are before you make that decision. And it helped.
yeah,
It did help because I know what kind of risk person I am.
yeah. And I think also if you talk to other business people, get their ideas
Yeah.
and everything, get some consensus.
Yeah.
You know, some people will encourage you, some people will discourage you, and the end of the day, you need to figure out what's best for yourself.
And
Right.
your haters will say you can't do it.
Yes.
Don't listen to them.
Yes.
You know,
always.
when I decided to run my own business, I had ex-bosses who told me, that's a great idea. I also had ex-bosses who told me, you can always come back to work for me if you fail.
Oh,
Or
wow.
when you fail.
Gee, thanks. I haven't even started yet.
Wow, when you fail.
Not if.
Damn.
Okay.
Not if, when.
okay, let's go for a traffic update.
Kiss 92 traffic.
A couple of broken down vehicles. The first is on the CTE towards the SLE after the Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5 exit, and the other is on the AYE towards the MCE after the Portsdown Avenue exit. Also happening on the CTE, an accident at the Bradle Road exit. This is in the direction of the AYE. If you spot anything other than these situations, WhatsApp us 885550
All right, we're back on The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn Angel and the Flying Dutchman, and our guest for today is Adrian Choo from Career Agility International. We've spoken about, rage quitting. All right, don't do it. Also, accepting a job offer that's too good to be true.
Yeah,
that's
when
what you
you're,
mentioned
when you're
as
too
well.
euphoric.
Yeah. And we've also spoken about how you should not burn bridges.
Yeah, that's right. And the third thing you shouldn't do when you're emotional, especially when it comes to your career, is don't do something that could get you fired. What example it would be is sometimes when you're emotional, when you're out with friends and everything, you hang out with them, and or you have a lunch or dinner with a business associate, and they give you something innocuous as a gift, which you don't really think it's not anything major. But you accept it, and then someone else sees it. So I had this
Right.
client once. She was given as a very innocuous gift. Okay,
Lingerie.
near Christmas time. Oh, that's not
like,
innocuous. That's not
gift.
innocuous
That's
anymore.
presumptuous.
They gave her a bottle of champagne. Not a very expensive bottle of champagne. It's about
Cheap champagne?
$80 ish.
Yeah.
$80 champagne, an
Cheap
$80
champagne,
bottle of
basically.
champagne.
Yeah,
what would that
I mean,
be?
it's not. I'm not going to name names, but okay, $80. The type you buy $80 at duty free, lah. Okay, so with tax and everything, it's about 100-ish.
Okay.
And she rejected it. She said, "No, I'm not going to take this."
This
And-
was from a boss, is it?
no, from a vendor.
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 Okay.
Okay.
From a vendor. So the
Okay.
vendor came in and said, "No, this is just a token of appreciation, for the deal." It was cheap, but she rejected it. So she didn't want to accept it. And they flattered her and said, no, this is just a token. We give it to all our clients and everything. But she said, no. So things like don't accept a gift, don't give discounts to your friends, which you haven't been authorized to do. And one of the things not to do when you're emotional is, especially when you made a mistake, you go cover it up. And then you try hide it from the bosses, thinking it'll go away.
So own up to it.
Own up to it, yeah. Especially if it's serious.
But if nobody says anything,
It's small mistakes, I think.
just don't say anything, right? But if somebody asks, then you tell them.
Yeah, in fact, what I always have this policy is this: if I make a mistake with a client, I will be upfront. I tell the client, even if it's a pricing mistake where I overcharged him or undercharged him, I would say, yeah, this is it, and then I will tell my boss.
You tell client first or boss first?
I will. It depends. If it's something I can just tell a client right off. If I overcharged him, I'll tell the boss. So when it comes to that, I'll just say that. But when it comes to telling the boss, it's better that the boss hears it from you rather than hear it from the customer.
The customer.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you got to be mindful about it, and don't be emotional about it. If it's a mistake, if you're gonna get a good scolding, well, if you deserve it, you deserve it. But don't hide it, because it could blow up something bigger down the road.
See, once again, look after yourself.
I want to talk
Make
about
the right decisions.
I want to talk
Cover
about this,
your
this,
ass.
receiving of gifts when it comes to vendors. You know, because you come around Chinese New Year, Christmas, you have them sending hampers to people's offices and all that.
For most organizations, right, food stuff is actually okay.
Okay, so food stuff is okay.
This
Food and drink.
is what we do. If we're going to send a
You would
client,
send to a client,
gift,
right?
it's
Yeah.
always food,
as
Yeah.
opposed to
as opposed to
cash.
Something physical,
item,
like a present.
a present, vouchers,
Yeah.
that
Right,
kind of,
okay,
you
okay.
send food.
Okay,
Right.
perishables.
What do you think,
Perishables.
Adrian? I mean, does this apply? Because the companies that we've worked for, it's very clearly stated that, you can't, receive gifts without declaring if it's of a certain amount. But when it comes to food, it's okay, no matter how much.
If I give you one carton of abalones or
Or a year's worth of lunches? I mean, that's also kind
apparently
of...
it's okay.
Really?
You see that I understand why you don't get that. Because that's not perishable food. It's a year's worth
It's
of
a
lunches.
voucher,
It's
right?
Oh, no,
vouchers.
you had to throw that in to complicate
Yes,
matters.
of course.
Maybe
Yeah.
not the
No, but you're
Always.
talking perishables.
perishables.
Yes.
Perishables. Okay.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Adrian on the Big Show TV. Here's Conan Gray with Winner on Kiss 92.
Packed my bags of 14.
Yeah, so perishables.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's I don't know. If you ask me, I think the thing we should decide on is the monetary value. And
Right.
less than $50 is just fine.
Oh, right. So even if the hamper of food is worth more than $50, it should not be right?
Yeah, you should just declare it. I gave a copy of my book to someone who was in the public service as a for example reading to understand what we talk about when we talk about career agility, about the Great Career Paradox, the book we launched last
Is
year.
that allowed?
And she said I have to declare this
Oh,
as a gift.
wow.
I said no, it's less than $30 on and moreover but she said I need to declare this, and I think after the recent hoo-ha, everyone's just paranoid.
Yeah.
They are. They're-
No, you know why? But it's much better to declare. Like, for example, okay, we received these cups, okay, from Montego, for example. They were so kind as to
Customize
emboss
them.
our names on it, right? But as a result of that, I mean,
Declare. Must declare.
and we are declaring.
Yeah.
Cheyenne, Shalini, and myself are declaring, but FD and Angel don't need to. Because they
Different
are
contracts.
independent
Yeah.
contractors,
Oh,
they
yeah.
are not full timers.
Okay.
But isn't that like kinda
Double
stupid?
standard?
Paranoid.
Because if let's say a car company comes and wants to give Angel and FD
Yes,
a
please
car
do.
right
I'm
now,
open.
they
Yeah.
can accept.
Yes.
they can accept.
Yeah.
But they are on the show as well. So
You see, you know what it is the full-timers and the part-timers. Not part-timers, but independent contractors. The full-timers get all those benefits that we don't. Do you know what I mean? You
Not
get
a
lot-
car.
No.
No, but you get other
You get
benefits
your
that we don't.
medical, you get your leave, you get your CPF, you get your
Your bonuses, your
bonuses and everything like that. We're not privy to all that. We don't get all that.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
have all the add-ons already. So a Ferrari or a Lamborghini
Yeah.
or whatever,
Or a
if they-
house.
or
You
a
know,
house.
they-
If they want, I'm open. Please come along.
You're
You see what I mean, Adrian?
Free
you see
agent,
what I mean?
free
Yeah.
agent.
life's not fair, right?
Bring it on.
Look at Shalini, Cheyenne, and myself. We're not impressed.
Well, just too bad.
We're not impressed.
I'm not impressed.
Three cups from Montego. I think maybe $80 or something like that. We have to fill up 6 forms each. And only because I didn't want to give these cups up
No.
because they have our names.
Yeah,
on
that's
them.
the only
because
thing.
at the end of the day, you've also
But
got to.
rules are rules.
No, but you've got to understand, Glenn. At the end of the day,
Yes.
what you are doing.
You don't talk much. You only just became an independent contractor.
No, and this is why I can tell you this, because I've been where you are. You've got to realize at the end of the day, for who you are and where you stand in hierarchy, you are setting an example for everybody else
No,
by
exactly.
declaring.
But
No.
it plays the same rule for everyone who is a full timer.
Okay, let me just
whether
tell you,
you're
okay,
Glenong or not.
if I didn't have my name on the cup, I would just give this to somebody else. It's just that my
It's not
name
worth the
is
trouble.
on the
Yeah.
cup.
Does it say
Yeah.
Glenn or Glenong?
Glenn.
Glenn.
Give it to another Glenn.
My friend Glenford.
yeah, give it to Glenn.
But his is not double N, so
You pen it down. But
So strange.
So when we talk about doing things emotionally, I think one of the things that we want to look at, not to do emotionally, is, especially at work, is to send an angry email. I've been guilty of that
Have
in my younger days. I don't know, have you guys been so pissed off with someone that you just write off, send an angry
Not
email?
so much angry email, angry text.
text.
Angry text, yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing, right?
It's like-
Same thing.
I have written it, but I've never sent it.
Always draft.
Because I feel that by writing it, I vented
Yeah, of course.
and it's done.
Yeah.
I'm half as angry as I was.
But shock, sometimes you send like an angry WhatsApp, especially after a few drinks.
Oh,
And then the next day you look at it, you go like, yes.
Oh, the good thing now with things like Gmail, you can retract within 30 minutes. You can retract it.
But most of the time,
And then-
but most of the time, the moment you send it to whoever, right, the person will
Yeah.
will screen grab the thing.
yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
E-
yeah.
Even for WhatsApp now, you can delete
Edit.
for everybody.
Oh, you can edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edit.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you can. So, but provided like what Glenn says, they haven't read it yet. So yeah, so I've learned things the hard way. Basically, even right now, when I'm having a disagreement with my wife, yeah, I calm down, and then I write the text. And it's dangerous to write the text without sending because sometimes you just accidentally, oops.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
In a fresh thread, you never write
Yeah.
it in the reply section.
yeah, it's fresh thread. Always
Fresh thread.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
fresh
That's-
thread.
Because you budge your finger and then you're like, oops.
Oops. So yeah, it happened to me before with one of my first jobs I ever had, and I wrote a nasty text to a colleague. Yeah, because I found what he was doing was a bit unreasonable, so I wrote a text. It could have been more polite.
Text or email? Text.
No, sorry, it was email.
Email.
Sorry. In the text which I wrote, it was a bit too harsh, which I kind of regretted about 3 seconds after I clicked send.
And then what happened after though?
Those days, Gmail you couldn't retrieve.
Did he read it?
Yeah,
and
he read it. Yeah,
and?
it was a big hoo-ha
Are you
about
still
it.
friends?
No. So
Oh wow.
no, it was tough. But so what I've learned is stimulus, response. Okay, when you get agitated, you don't respond immediately. You just. So today, when I get something that irritates me, I just hands off the computer, go for a walk, come back, and then I respond when I'm cooler. Sometimes if it's egregious enough, I'll sleep over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next morning, I'll come back. When I'm cooler, then I'll respond.
But why don't you go straight up to the person and just give it to him? Unless, of course, the person is a boss.
Yeah.
So for me, that's my that's the way I work, right?
Yeah.
My bosses have my full respect, so they can do whatever they want, even if they make the worst decision. It's okay because they are the bosses. It's their vision. It's their, they are my, they are leading.
Yeah.
So if you're in that position, you can do whatever you want, even if it's the dumbest thing, right?
Yeah, that's
But if
true.
you're equal if we are of equal status, right, I will give it to you good and proper.
Or if it's
I
a-
will make sure that I make myself clear face to face. I like a face to face kind of thing. I like confrontation.
But sometimes you need to think about what that confrontation is going to mean in the future.
no, I don't care. Like for example, we are the same. I'll beat you.
Oh, trust me, I know.
But then tomorrow you get promoted. Suddenly you're my boss. Then okay, all right. What do you want me to do now?
You can't be.
You,
want me to-
you know what
you
I
want-
will tell you?
Put
What do
him
you
in
want me
the
to do
corner.
now?
What?
You stand there, I beat you now.
Okay, yeah. Then you can beat me because you're my boss.
Make him stand in the corner or something.
But you see where
I do see
you
where
know
you're
what I
coming
mean?
from. But
So I'm still mindful in that sense. I'm not someone who's.
So you're respecting the
rash.
hierarchy. That's
I
it,
respect
right?
the hierarchy.
As should
That's the thing.
everyone. Yeah.
But to me, I always worry about that unthought out confrontation, and what does that hold for the future?
True.
You know, that always worries me.
True.
So I tend to be like you. If possible, I just get up and walk away.
Yeah, calm down.
So I can calm down.
Yeah.
If not, I clam up.
Yeah.
I just keep quiet.
Okay, we'll continue to talk to Adrian on the Big Show TV. Here's Maroon 5 featuring SZA. Oh, but just I want to let you guys know that
We're
Shalini
going
Susan.
for traffic now,
oh,
Glenn.
oh, I see. Okay.
The other way around.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards the airport, right at the Lonely Road exit, I beg your pardon, a vehicle's broken down. Also on the CTE towards the AYE, a vehicle having trouble at the Brattle Road exit. Wherever you are this Thursday morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. I just want to let everyone know that I was supposed to have gone to Dua Lipa last night, but I did not. I allowed Shalini Susan to actually go on behalf of all of us, and she actually filmed, part of the
Dua
concert
Lipa.
for you, our Kiss 92 fans. So you can look forward to that on The Big Show TV coming up in about maybe 5 minutes or so. Dua Lipa, man, she looks so sexy.
She did.
So Glenn was talking about confronting people face to face. Mal came on our Facebook page and says, nowadays when I write an angry email, I will ask ChatGPT to make it less angry and more politically correct.
See, that helps, right?
Yeah, that helps.
ChatGPT is,
yeah.
such a lifesaver
It is
for
for
most
many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But just got to be careful, wary of ChatGPT and any other AI generating text platforms, because if you are, say, applying for a job or replying to an email, people can put it through a system to see if you've actually used AI generative software to type it. And if you are not straight up and tell them that you did use ChatGPT, they won't hire you.
True.
You have to be.
Yeah.
You have
or
to tell.
sometimes you don't even need to get AI checked.
No, you don't.
Sometimes I know this individual. She wanted to send a message out to a client, important client, and she fed it through ChatGPT, like what Mal was saying.
Yeah.
And she cut and paste because it was a long.
no.
She forgot to delete the top
That
header.
question.
Which goes, that's a very good question you're asking. Here's my recommended answer. So it was after she sent it. She was, shucks, it was too late already. So,
Oh,
so the other
dear.
person
But it was
saw
fun playing with ChatGPT when it first came out.
Yes.
And then after that, I didn't bother anymore.
Yeah, I use it once in a while.
I know we understand that you use ChatGPT and then you again edit it
Yes.
to make it sound like yourself and all this. But I ran into someone the other day who said, "Why is this a problem? Companies run on AI. Why is it a problem for me to use AI and just wholeheartedly use it?"
Yeah, because then you're not really thinking anymore.
But
Yeah.
companies
You know?
run on it. That was the
yeah,
argument.
but it's a different type of AI that they're running on. They're letting it enhance the systems and stuff like that. This one is like brainless. You don't think.
But it's faster. I get a lot more work done. Is the argument?
Yeah, and your brain goes to mush after a while. So it's
It's
you
I
got
feel
to
like I want to
wait.
take up an AI course or
Yeah,
something.
no, I
like,
think
just,
that's
to,
very
just to
interesting.
understand it a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, we
maybe
absolutely
we should all go for that.
It's very interesting. I just picked up 3 or 4 magazines, entire magazines just dedicated to AI and understanding it.
Physical magazines.
Physical magazines.
Wow, they still have those.
Yes, they do. It's amazing. I went to this place called Kinokuniya.
Oh, I love Kino.
Oh, they got some magazines out there.
Yeah, Kino's fantastic.
Okay, so Adrian, to wrap up, right now. So we've spoken about the things never to do when you're emotional. Do you have anything else to add to
Well,
that?
I think basically, as far as your career is concerned, when you're at work, emotions can run high. And if they run high, it doesn't mean you have to ride it and respond accordingly
Yeah.
to your emotions at the time, because there could be repercussions. My advice is take a step down, calm down, go for a walk, come back, let calmer minds prevail. And if you're stuck, talk to your colleague, talk to your spouse, your partner, talk to anyone else, talk to your career coach to get a different perspective.
Right.
And don't be hasty in responding too quickly, because sometimes you might just regret it. So don't be hasty, don't be emotional, try to be a bit more rational. But if you're stuck, come talk to us.
Right. And today's discussion, of course, was inspired by a Business Times article written by Alyssa Wu of the Straits Times. She is the assistant business editor, and the article was "Emotions might lead you to make bad investment decisions over good ones, and here's what to do." So it was a very, very popular article.
It was,
may I
yeah.
add? Just updated a couple of days ago. You can still go and read the full article on
Business
the
Times, okay.
Business Times digital platform. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Adrian, for joining us, and thank you very much for discussing this with us.
So it was a very well written article, great
Yeah.
topic, and I think it's very apt as well, especially when year end is coming up. So I want to wish everyone have a good weekend ahead and enjoy yourselves.
You're going to take next week off, huh?
Oh, next week I'll be off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yay.
have a good
Enjoy
holiday.
your break.
Yeah, I will.
Enjoy
I
Japan.
will.
Okay, coming up very, very soon on The Big Show TV, we will be catching Dua Lipa thanks to Shalini Susan. Meantime, here's Kelly Clarkson behind these hazel eyes on Kiss 92. We're waiting. Okay. This is Dua Lipa
Last night.
through Shalini's eyes. Woo! Look at those legs, man. With the high boots. I can never date anyone short. Shalini, you're quite far from the stage, I have to say.
Yeah, I was seated actually.
Oh, thank goodness I didn't go. I'll never accept tickets like this.
No,
Put me
you
in
will.
front.
You will, unless it's Dua Lipa. Then you want to
You need to be right up front.
Lucky that I get to share the evening with you guys, because despite what's happening in the world outside, I think we can, thank God for music, thank God for each other, and thank God that we can, just enjoy.
Thank
this
God the
time,
weekend.
Forget about everything that's happening outside for this hour and 45, and just have fun, and just be free, and just enjoy. I'm here for you. That's all. All right, you guys ready?
I miss the Singapore Indoor Stadium. Let me see your face. definitely have to catch a concert at the Singapore Indoor Stadium one last time.
It's been a
before
while.
they tear it down.
Are they tearing it down?
Yes, they are.
Oh,
They're
really?
tearing the Singapore Indoor Stadium
When
down.
was this?
You guys have no idea.
No idea.
No clue. Okay, well, you heard it from me. Because some concerts, when you have it at the indoor stadium, it's so nice and compact. You know, at the national stadium, it's sometimes too overwhelming. See, Big Show fans, we didn't need to go to the concert.
It's like no sweating involved. I just realized I know more than one Dua Lipa song.
No, she's got
I know a
so
lot.
many
I
hits,
know,
right?
I know, yeah.
Woohoo! Well done, Shalini Souza.
Good job, Shalini.
Thank you for
Great
bringing us.
editing.
Yeah.
That's very snazzy editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Nice.
Very good. Nice stuff.
So good.
Thank
you.
you
I
so
enjoyed
much.
that.
Yeah.
Send me that video, okay, so I can go home and watch it a little bit more close up.
He'll put it on his big TV.
Correct. Yes.
I have a separate bunch of videos to send you.
Some close-up photos of Dua Lipa.
It's the
You know, I'm-
censored versions
I'm a
of
sucker for that look, no? That the boots.
the boots. I think
Yeah.
lots of men are suckers for the boots and panty look. It's true though. She was wearing the it was not even hot
Oh, yeah.
pants. It was like
but
a
you must
swimsuit.
have
Yeah.
you must have the build. for
Of
that.
course,
Yeah,
yeah, of course, yeah.
I see some short. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Once again, thank you very much, Adrian Choo. That was a little treat for you too, together with us. Just
No,
watching
I
Dua
find it
Lipa.
so amazing how they can sing and dance at the same time. Dance and
They
sing.
practice. I mean,
They
look
practice.
at Taylor
It's
Swift.
Yeah, it's exhausting,
They do it on a
breathing.
They practice
Treadmill.
on treadmills.
Oh, wow.
They run and then they jog on treadmills depending on the song.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how they build it up.
I once spoke to a voice trainer who said, "You are a truly great singer when you can run and completely sing a song at the same time without anyone hearing you breathe.
Oh, wow.
Then you're a truly great singer."
Wow. That's
Not easy.
That's amazing.
That's why when you go out for a run with a partner, for example, wherever you run out there, you run and you talk.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right? If you can talk,
you're pretty good.
You're okay.
Yeah.
you're good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a certain pace, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
most of them, they go on the treadmill and
Wow.
and they
Yeah.
sing.
They
and
sing.
They've got to be there for look what Taylor Swift was like 2.5 hours or something
Yeah,
like that.
she
That
makes
was
a lot of things up.
3
Taylor
hours.
Swift.
What do you mean she makes
She
a lot
makes a lot of it up.
Okay.
I can make a lot of things up. You can make a lot of things up as well. We're successful in what
but
we
she
do.
was there
We
for 3
Come
hours.
up with.
She was there for 3 hours, so that was tiring enough.
Yeah.
Even
No,
without the
but-
singing.
But I was
Yeah.
talking
You know?
about her talking about her workout routine and what she
Right.
does. I mean, you can always exaggerate a little bit. Anyway, it's time for us to check on out of here because headline news and sports will be up next. Okay, thank you very much, Adrian.
Always a pleasure. Have a great weekend ahead.
Bye.